Alright, diets. We are entering into the part of the year of the holidays in which people gorge themselves on food, myself included. And then the minute it turns to New Year, they try for 5 to 10 days to lose weight, fall off track, and never achieve their goal. There are so many diets and ways of life people choose. Vegetarian, all meat, vegan, supplements, the list is endless. And everyone believes that their way is the right way. Dieting has been around for years, but veganism is quite new to the playing field. So, what exactly is veganism? Well, according to vegansociety.com, veganism is a way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as it is possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purposes. I myself have grown up on a dairy farm, eating dairy, eggs, chicken, you name the animal, we probably ate it. We raised our cows for the product they produced. My dad has milked cows since he was a kid, and I doubt he'll ever stop. We've never gone vegan, nor do we intend to. Today, I would like you guys to choose not to be vegan. So, why would anyone choose to be vegan? Well, vegans stand on these principles. Number 1, we shouldn't be cruel to animals, and we shouldn't harm animals unnecessarily. 2, meat and dairy is bad for the environment. 3, the consumption of animal products is unnecessary. And 4, therefore, we shouldn't consume animal products. Vegans believe that animals have rights. Therefore, killing animals for food is morally wrong. According to an article on bbc.co.uk, an animal raised for food is being used by others rather than being respected for itself. This is clearly a violation of the animal's rights. No matter how humanely an animal is treated in the process, raising and killing it for food means morally wrong. They also argue that modern agriculture often violates animals' interests, such as living in natural conditions, making free choices, living free from fear and pain, living healthy lives without needing medical intervention, eating a natural diet, and enjoying the normal social, family, community life of its species. Alright, so first off, I would like to say as nicely as possible, an animal is an animal. They were created for the specific purpose of providing food for the people to live on. Animals don't have rights. Humans have rights. If animals had rights, why don't they have the right to vote? Probably because they don't have a voice that speaks English. Animals don't produce what they're meant to produce unless they're treated right. I live on a dairy farm. Dairy cows won't produce quality milk, or at times no milk at all, if they're stressed, not fed right, and not taken care of. Farmers do their very best to treat their animals with the utmost morals. If you're a farmer, animals are your livelihood. Without them, you wouldn't be able to put food on the table for your family or for your community. Farmers care deeply about their farms and their animals. They don't purposely harm their livelihood. In an article called Animals Should Not Have the Same Rights as Humans on Brownfield Ag News, they talk about the NHRP, which is the Non-Human Rights Project. This group is working to try to change the legal status of at least some non-human animals from mere things, which lack the capacity to possess any legal right to persons. The NHRP says their current plaintiffs, which include great apes, elephants, dolphins, and whales, have been scientifically proven to be autonomous. This basically means that animals should be considered humans. Last time I checked, everything about animals is way different than humans. By certain people not eating animal products, it's not going to drastically change to no animals being killed for food. Some people believe that eating meat and dairy is bad for the environment. In an article on the Vegan Society, they talk about this issue. The article says the production of meat and other animal products places a heavy burden on the environment, from crops and water required to feed the animals, to the transport and other processes involved from farm to fork. The vast amounts of grain feed required for meat production is a significant contributor to deforestation, habitat loss, and species extinction. The argument is then that impoverished countries end up raising cash crops for animal feed rather than food themselves. But being vegan requires less crops and water. Blaming meat consumption for this is looking at a very small portion of the argument. What about all the wild animals like rabbits, hares, and deer that are killed every year to protect the food crops? Plant-based diets could even be responsible for the deaths of as many mammals and birds as animals slaughtered from the livestock sector. A lot of our problem lies within the humans. There's such great demand for every little thing that farmers and producers produce that they are so worried about getting the product out they don't have time to help reestablish the regrowth. Livestock farming is essential to preserving wildlife and the character of iconic landscapes, according to Natural England in their report, The Importance of Livestock Grazing for Wildlife Conservation. Extensively grazed grasslands also have a wide range of benefits. They purify drinking water better than any other land use, and they provide food for pollinating insects at times of year when there is little else available. Vegans also believe that the consumption of animal products is unnecessary. There are many animal product alternatives, and there are ways to maintain a nutritionally adequate vegan diet. Cow's milk is suited for the nutritional needs of calves, not babies. It contains 3 times as much protein as human milk. A South African study found out not a single case of rheumatoid arthritis in the community of 800 people who ate no meat or dairy products. This is all according to PETA.org. While consumption of animal products might not be deemed necessary, that doesn't mean that you should never consume animal products. Meats like poultry, beef, pork, and fish supply so many nutrients. Protein, B vitamins, which are niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, and B6, vitamin E, iron, zinc, and magnesium. Protein is so important for the body because it is the building blocks for bones, muscles, cartilage, skin, and blood. Proteins also help the body produce the enzymes, hormones, and vitamins it needs. Eggs also supply many of these important nutrients. Iron is used to carry oxygen to the blood. Many teenage girls and women in their childbearing years experience iron deficiency anemia. Meat can actually help prevent this anemia. Zinc is necessary for biomechanical reactions and helps the immune system function properly, according to animalsmart.org. Vegans are on the basis that we shouldn't be cruel to animals and mistreat them unnecessarily. Meat and dairy is bad for the environment, and that the consumption of animal products is unnecessary. So therefore, why should we consume them? Farmers don't mistreat their animals. If they did, they wouldn't get the product they raised their animals for. Meat and dairy isn't bad for the environment. Our world was created to withstand feeding animals and humans equally, so by eating more of the animal's food, we're actually taking more than our fair share of food. The consumption of animal products is important in helping establish strong bones and muscles and for many vitamins and nutrients for our body. Eating food is a part of life. Animals were created for consumption. Animals were created to produce things for our consumption. So why wouldn't we want to pass that up with all the benefits they provide?